What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This was a good day, made about 300 bucks. So I want to talk about the pre-market plan, what I was seeing on the volume profile to take my trades, and basically go over the context, and then we'll talk about the price action, and then look at my order flow confirmations that allowed me to take this trade. All right, so first things first, we see on the ETH here, the pivot from yesterday, if you watched my recap from yesterday, was 67.60. Below there, bears have total control. So the idea today was we could see the ETH actually rejected 67.60 perfectly. So the idea was if bulls are able to accept back into the 67.60 balance plus 10, which would be around 67.70, then I would like to focus on the long side, because then bulls have accepted into this balance, this weekly balance area, and are basically showing some strength to the upside. On the flip side, on the bear side, I wanted the sellers to defend the 67.60. As long as we stay below 67.60, then we remain bearish, and I want to focus on the short side. So my targets for the short side were 66.80, which is this this downside support, and then if price was to go further, then my second target would be 66.60. So just going into a little bit deeper here, the significance of 67.30 and 67.04 balance high and low. Basically, this area, you could see there's a big area of high volume that creates these ledges, and these ledges, basically these drop-offs, could act as potential support and resistance. So on the ETH, we actually accepted within the 67.30 balance, and we opened underneath it. So there was definitely a lot of sell pressure that was coming from the rejection from 67.60, because we're coming from the top side down, right? When we come from the top side down, that shows that the sellers are basically in control. So drawing those balance highs and lows and seeing how price reacts to those areas gives me a good indication of where we're potentially going to go, and where I could take my trade setups, because that's where I like to take my setups, is around these ledges that act as support or resistance. And you'll see that I took it around on the retest of 67.04, which was this balance low. Once we broke under, retested it, and then targeted the low of the day. Looking at this price action here, we could see that price actually opened below 67.30 balance, which was the key area that sellers needed to hold under. Right on the morning at 9:40, we see a push up and a nice rejection down to 67.04, which was the balance low. Now you could see 67.30 in that whole area was a key area for sellers that they kept keeping price under. On the first pullback at 9:50, rejected near that area, and then a bigger rejection at 10:14, which made new lows. Now the idea was, if each rally is getting sold into, I want to continue focus. That's basically my first step of helping me take the short entry that I did at 67.04. Each rally fails, so that basically tells you that there's sellers stepping in. We're making lower highs on each pop, and the confirmation to the short side is basically there, right? I just need to find a good entry. Now you could see at 10:37 we had some consolidation here at these lows. I believe around this time there was a news pop, so we popped up, rejected VWAP, and then this is where I started getting a little bit interested in starting to look for that rejection at 67.04 that I had planned for. You could see that we had these navy blue bars lighting up here right around my area, and that was basically my trigger to target the liquidity down here at 66.90. I did want to target a little bit lower, 66.84, but this day was very choppy. As you could see, there was a lot of whiplash back and forth, so I figured it was a day to take quick profits and not really stay in the market for too long. So my entry was around 6,700 with a stop at 6,705, so risking 5 points and then just targeting the low of the day. All right, so looking at the order flow here, this was the rejection at 10:46, right at 6,718. And on the move down, we had a big negative aggressive seller at minus 611, and then price started pulling back into my area of interest and the area which I shorted at. You could see we had some positive delta at 216. The delta on this candle alone was 1,000 and the volume was 10K. So basically when I saw the candle close red, I assumed that the buyers were getting absorbed within this area, and it being at my area of interest, it was a perfect confirmation for me to go short, in which I targeted just the low of the day, which was at 6688. So that was my trade. Pretty simple. The confirmations all aligned with my setup, which I was looking for. You can see the risk to reward that I added here was about 2.4R, which is pretty decent. But this day was very choppy in general. It was very difficult to trade, and if you didn't basically follow your plan, it was very easy. It was a very easy day to blow up, right? Blow up all your accounts. So make sure you have a strategy. Make sure you have a plan set in stone before the market opens, and just follow it every day, and then basically review it at the end of the day to see how it worked out. So that was my trade. I felt like it was a really good trade, especially on a hard day like this. All right, looking at TradeZella here, you can see the trade $302.55, entry being 6,700, and my exit was at 6688. So overall, a great day, good trade, especially on a tough day like this. So hopefully this recap helped you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.